I just want to talk from the heart about mindset shifts that I had to make in order to become the artist that I've always wanted to be. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Jayne, and I am an aspiring artist that is currently pursuing a full-time life of creativity. I got laid off from my job, and now this is the first time that I've been able to fully immerse myself into my art and my craft. And my goal is to inspire others who might be on that same path. Or, if you're working and you just want to do creative stuff on the side, that's what I was doing too. And I hope that my experience and what I have to say helps you in some way. One of my biggest issues in embodying this new life and embodying this identity of being an artist comes from a long string of rejection and trauma and natural fear, right? It's scary to put yourself out there. If you're an artist, you are sharing such a vulnerable part of yourself. I feel like art is a unique thing that makes us human. Think about it. No other creature on earth, at least as far as we know, creates the same kind of art that we do. We could literally create something from nothing, and it's subjective. It pulls on our heartstrings in different ways, right? I don't know if animals look at a line in the sand that they made and look at it and think it's art. I think that is a very human thing. And when you realize that this is something very unique and a gift that we get to share with others, it is our duty to share what it is that we've created, to share that love, to share that passion, to share that light. And that's something that I know that I have struggled with. So if you are an artist that's afraid to share your art, I hope that you find it within you to not let fear get in the way of sharing something that could really resonate with somebody else. And you got to embody being an artist and believe in your craft, right? If you enjoy doing it, that's all that matters. The skill and everything else will follow, but you got to love what you do. You got to want to actually do it. And what I find with a lot of artists is that a lot of people do want to do it, but they don't execute because they'll come up with excuses. But you got to remember, you're awesome. Keep that shit up. There will be days where it's not going to work out. Today, I'm having such a hard time putting a message out, but I'm still here. I'm still trying. And this in and of itself, this act of creating, whether that's creating video, whether that's creating art, whether that's painting a canvas, whether that's recording a song, whether that's choreographing a new dance, you're not always going to have a banger. It's not always going to flow the way that you expect it to flow or the way that it's maybe flowed in the past. There's going to be days like this where it's not going to feel like it flows. And that's okay. The act of you putting in the time to try and practice is part of being an artist. Not every time that you put in time to your craft is going to be something that you'll be proud of. But to continue sharing it when it's good, when it's bad, that's what makes you an artist. Don't be afraid of people judging. They're not in the arena, right? Someone who is, at least I would like to hope that someone who is talented and understands the time, work, and effort that it takes to build your craft, to take care of your craft, would not hate on somebody else, that is also giving themselves to the public. Don't wait until you see it to believe it. Believe it first, and then you'll see it. Right now, it's hard for me to get the words out or a message across, it's really hard for me to stay on track with the message that I'm trying to give. And I can feel myself being resistant as I'm trying to convey and articulate the message that I have in my head. And I have to stop and remind myself, like, me telling myself that this isn't working, or that, whatever negative self-talk that I have in my head is not helping. All I could do is hype myself up and be like, you can do this. You can do this. And the more that I start to think that way, and the more that I pretend, right? Like, fake it till you are it. Not fake it till you make it, but fake it till you are it. And that's what you got to do. That's what I'm doing now. Like, when I hear myself telling me that I can't do this, or that this is bombing, or whatever the case may be, I'm just like, nope. Me sitting here, putting in the work and trying to do this in it of itself is a win. Maybe today is not going to be the greatest video, but then tomorrow will come, and then, the next time will come, and maybe that'll be a banger, but I won't know unless I actually take the time to sit down and make space for my art. And you got to make space for your art too, whatever that looks like. And don't fall into the excuse trap. If you can make time to watch TV, if you can make time to scroll on your phone, you can make time for your craft. And it's easy to give up when it doesn't go your way, right? Like, I literally was like, this is dumb. Yeah, I don't think I could really make anything out of this. And I just said, nope, let me try again. Let me try to change the environment. I'm going to try a different room. And here we are. Right? And sometimes, like, you can't rely on anybody else to push you to do the things that you want to do. You really have to be the one to push yourself to get it. And when I say push yourself, I do, when I say push yourself, still get rest. Don't like force it necessarily if you really feel like, if it's not bringing you joy, right? But for me, it wasn't bringing me joy that I couldn't get it right, So for me, I'm just like, look, like, if you just get this right, if you just like keep trying, it will come out. I know it will. I just need a little bit of practice. I just need to articulate it a little bit more. To me, done is better than perfect. And so as long as you're taking aligned action towards whatever it is that you want to do, then you're on the right path. You'll have good days and you'll have bad days, but I'm telling you, keep going. Keep freaking going. Even on days that you don't feel like going, that's where the discipline comes in. Like, everybody feels this way. I know that you've, have felt this way, and maybe you've never given yourself a chance to just push through it. But man, it is amazing what you could do when you just like quiet the mind, or at least like, if your mind is speaking those negative things, to me, that's the devil trying to get you to not live up to your fullest potential, because none of it is real, right? Like, whatever that inner voice is telling you that you can't do this or you can't do that, it's not real. It's not true. You can't prove it to be true. Maybe in that moment it might feel that way because you're not getting it right, but you can always think a better thought and just tell yourself that you are capable. Maybe it's not today, right? But your performance today doesn't like equate to your whole journey as an artist as a whole, And also be grateful for the journey. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful for you starting, right? And be grateful for where you're headed. If you continue to stay disciplined and actually follow through with whatever desires and goals that you have for yourself. Like, this was not meant to be easy. There will be days where it's super fun and again, it just flows, but this was not meant to be easy. There's a reason why there's only such a small percentage of people who make it in their passions, right? I used to think, man, it's crazy that the careers where people are doing what they love, like playing basketball, acting, music, dancing, like all those roles that, I would do for free. Here, people are getting paid big money, right? Like celebrities and all that get paid so much to do what they love. And the reason why is because it is not easy to put yourself out there, to be disciplined, because all these things is you against you. You have to be determined to show up every day, to practice every day, or, I mean, I don't know, maybe not every day, but it should be every day. But you know what I'm saying? It's like these people actually dedicated their whole life more so than, not more so. I don't want to say more so. I'm not trying to dismiss or belittle people who aren't in these fields. But what I'm saying is like there's an extra level of difficulty when it comes to pursuing things that are serving the public eye, right? Like it starts off as a hobby. We got to finish all the other things that we need to do. And then all this extracurricular stuff that people get to do for a living, like they got to go above and beyond and have that discipline and belief in themselves to do it, because we've been conditioned to believe that these roles in, again, the public eye, a dancer, a singer, a writer, a director, anything creative has been put on this pedestal that just seems so unreachable. And it's up to you to decide if you're going to let society prove, or, let society win and let society tell you that you can't do those things, or are you going to go for it anyway and put in the work that you need to get out there and be seen? Because that's the other thing too. Like can you imagine being, a singer, an artist or whatever, and like you have to actually solicit yourself. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be your biggest believer. And if you don't believe in yourself, ask yourself why. What is it going to take for you to actually get out there and start soliciting yourself, start sharing and letting people know who you are, letting people know that you have a gift that you want to share. I'm guilty of even not doing this. I was too ashamed to share that I sing, that I do these YouTube videos, these talking vids, because I always get this imposter syndrome. Like, who the hell am I? Who is going to listen to me? I literally just met somebody new and was scared to give my social media because I'm like, oh my God, is it cringe? Is it like, you know what I mean? Like I felt this huge imposter syndrome and I had to say no, like own it, because you never know who it's going to help. And if I just keep it to myself, that's just being selfish. I used to think that my talent had to serve me, that I had to be discovered, that I had to, that somebody else had to help me to become an artist, instead of me just being the artist that I am and actually putting myself out there. And that's what I'm doing now. And that's what you need to do too. When you think about why you haven't made it yet, you got to ask yourself, have you really done everything that you could to go down that path of what you might consider success, right? Like this is something that I used to be guilty about too. I would see people in my field, I'd see other singers that are like so much more, that are bigger, more popular, and maybe, they may not be as skilled or as talented in some other people's eyes, but like they are putting themselves out there. They're enjoying themselves. They believe in what they do and they don't give a fuck about what anybody else says. They are gonna, you know what I'm talking about. There are those artists out there who will like literally shove their their whatever they're making in your face, and like that's kind of the delulu that you need, because it's hard to get people's attention nowadays, And so if you see somebody else doing that and think it's cringe, like, no, that's like what you got to do to get yourself out there. I mean, of course, there's, there's like a classy way to do it, right? But you get what I'm saying. It's like, you got to be the one to promote yourself, to put yourself out there, because nobody else will. Like all these labels and all that stuff, all these people who would essentially be able to like get you to the next level, you already have to have kind of like a package to get people to want to help you, like truthfully, And I realized that was something that I struggle with even till this day, where I know that I have a gift. I've always known that I've had this gift. I've been singing since I was a kid, and inherently deep down, I always thought that I was gonna be somebody, but I wasn't allowing myself to fully step into that role, because I was scared. I would feel like I wasn't worth it. I'd feel like, oh, there's so many other better artists out there. Like, who am I? Who am I? And that imposter syndrome, that frame of thinking, you gotta surpass it. Whatever you could do to surpass that, practice more, put in more time into it. Listen to freaking subliminal YouTubes, that tell you that you are the one, you are the chosen one. Whatever it is, that's what I've been doing. And honestly, I feel like that's what's been helping me to break through that imposter syndrome and those like subconscious thoughts that I have in my mind. And so listening to like that subliminal binaural beats tracks when I go to sleep, I feel like is helping me. Maybe it's a placebo, I don't know. But whatever it is that you need to do, and if you don't know what that is, then make it your mission to explore how you could potentially get yourself to a better mindset, because nothing is going to change if your mindset doesn't change. You could literally keep being consistent, be disciplined, but if your mindset track is am not worthy, or you're doing it because you feel like you're not good enough and that you don't think you'll ever be good enough, then you're gonna stay stuck there. Like I have a friend who goes to Pilates and is super duper consistent, is there every time he says he's going to be there, does the work, like he's putting in work, but then at the end he's like, man, I'm just trying not to be like, this big guy anymore or whatever. And he would say it with like so much, what feels like so much hate. And if he doesn't believe that like he's anything more than just this fat guy or whatever, then his reality is not going to reflect that back to him. And I kept trying to tell him, like you can't speak to yourself that way, and you gotta speak kindly to yourself, because everything that we want, we think that we're going to feel better in the having of it. But if you just practice being happy with what you have now, even if you're just happy to be on the path to where you want to go, you got to focus on that. Like, you can't hate where you are now. Do not hate where you are now. This is all a part of the journey, right? You have to enjoy the process. Learn to be happy where you are now, because if you're not happy with where you are now, if you're not happy with the process of getting better at whatever it is that you want to do, or just, the process of getting to where you want to go, you're not going to be happy when you get there. You got to be happy now. And it's a feeling, right? Like, you can learn and practice. Like, happiness is a practice, just like anything else. And if you're not happy with your craft, maybe you got to find something else. I don't know. But whatever it is, like ultimately find your joy. And if artistry is your joy, then don't worry about the outcome. Don't worry about anything else other than being able to utilize your time to create. Even if it sucks, you're so lucky. You're so lucky to have a gift that allows you to be in a state of flow when you're just in it. You know what I mean? That's such a beautiful thing. I feel like it's the closest you could get to the higher power, whatever you believe in, whether that's God, the universe, source, whatever it is. I feel like when you actually give yourself and allow yourself that space and allow yourself that time to pour into what you love to do, you give yourself that opportunity to reach a higher level. And so, ooh, that felt good. See, that's the kind of rampage I needed. But I hope that that helps anybody who is needing that extra kick in the butt to do whatever it is that you want to do, whether that's something in art or, pursuing a business or anything at all that requires more than just your everyday actions, like something that you need motivation to do. I hope that that helps. If you have an idea, a dream, or anything like that came to you, that means that that's already yours. Whether you believe that or not, I believe that ideas are living entities that choose us because they believe that we can get it through. Like when you think about it, where do you think your thoughts come from? Everything is just energy and vibrations and frequency. And when you are in the frequency of an idea, I really do feel like it chooses you because it knows that you can see it through, but it's just up to you to see it through, And I hope that whatever ideas and dreams that you have in your mind, you take full responsibility to bring it to life because it chose you. So don't let it down. Don't let it down. Don't let it die. You'll be so proud when you actually start gaining the momentum to bring it to life by taking the actions that you need to take to materialize it. And if you don't know what those steps are, that in it of itself is a mission. Try to research that, see how other people are doing it, and then work backwards. But it's scary, right? Like it's scary to do, but anything is possible if you believe it to be. And if you take the time to figure out what you need to do to get it done, and then just do it. Just freaking do it. Start before you're ready. If this dream of yours is something that you've never had before, then you're not going to know what to do. You're not ever going to be ready because you have never experienced what you are about to experience. So you just got to start. You just got to start before you're ready. Don't wait for this sign or take this as your sign. I don't know. But don't wait. Don't give yourself excuses as to why you can't do things. Start by starting. Just start, And you will be so surprised at what you can accomplish when you begin to give yourself the opportunity to take action. Because in the end, the choice is yours. You could either do or don't. And, you'll either find a way to do it or you won't. And most people don't. Don't be like most people. You want to start a YouTube channel? Start recording. Use your phone. You want to be a musician? Start writing songs, even if they suck, and then start sharing them. Get feedback. And don't take feedback personal either, because art is subjective. So if here's the thing, because art is subjective, people are either going to love it or they hate it. So make stuff that you love, and someone else, I promise, don't even do it because for someone else, do it for you. But know that if you love it, I'm sure somebody else will too, but they can't love it if you don't share it. So yeah, I really hope that this helps somebody. This is a very long video, but you got this. And I'm so excited for you. You clicked on this video because I'm sure you are trying to find out how to get that burning idea out of your mind and to materialize it and to take action and bring it to life, whatever that may be for you. I hope that this helps you to get it done. So if you made it this far to the video, thank you so much for watching, and let me know, in the comments, like what you got going on, if you want to, of course. If not, just, give me a little diamond emoji so that I know you made it to the end, and to let me know that I dropped gems in this video, and because diamonds wouldn't exist without applying pressure. So this is me applying the pressure on you to get whatever the heck it is that you need to get done, because it ain't gonna get done by itself, So, and this is me getting this done. I love you guys, and I'll see you. If you like this one, I have like an affirmation video as well, and I plan on making more of these. So if you like it, show me some love, and we'll make more. All right, y'all. Till the next video. I love you. Bye.